4 years of a good leader will make more impact than 8 years of a dishonest leader. It's not about how long you serve. It is about how well you serve. It's not about 8 years or 4 years. It is about hard work. It is about truth. It is about trust. And it is about doing the things that will create a future for our young people.
A few moments later.
Apart from that, changing term of office of members of parliament, say, encore 5 years. President, encore 5 years. President, encore 5 years. Members of parliament, 5 years. District chief executives, 5 years. Assembly members, 5 years. Until you change the term of office. No? Because if you say, Osha Ghana, Hanka, Yeni Nigeria, Africa, Yeni Nigeria, any 4 years. Now, Osha 4 years on so it's answer now, Obe, your government, Nube Shasya, Jumana, Obeshana, Abato Bredru. Until Osha Africa, Nina, Amaimu Bebre, 5 years, 5 years. If
you lie, you will not go to heaven.
MPP for any against 5 year term no. So I say most likely say and this better win it. Don't bet in the
and then home.
And then home.
Mate.
Home corner say
Mami Prof.
2020.
Prof. Yeah, go out to the
job. Na said lawyer can me free ho. Enche bia wo na afi. So what they say.
Yeah.
And yes president na be regional tribunals for no pending for no. Na chief justice district tribunal pending for. If it's a problem for you MPP and also be no so chop so president forever so times announce you for no regional you for the 5 years no me no problem.
You don't have a problem.
Man say I don't think the Ghana here a extension of time. The Ghana here and say for near the man that's all Ghanaians need. Absolutely.
Okay.
And the extension, no, the idea behind it, I don't know. Are we therefore officializing? Yeah, the stamp it is to say 4 years, 5 years now, the amount first year, the Fajo Home Fato to Niema. Is that what we are? Yeah, the stamp is as of this one.
But and by extension,
practically,
that's how it is. Yeah.
And you don't be brave more. Yeah, sure.
You as president, you use 7 January now. Within 3 months, 4 months, that's why you paying for you MC.
Constitution into me restrict us.
That is it. Say the time is what time now. Because you can say no to 1 year. Open extension of time. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Me my comment on the 5 year term. They say me upekra money 10 years, 11 years. And yeshe mame. Ketewese. Yeshe dudu ura.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 10 years now. Fine, yes, yeah, I'm you may be a magana. Unyeshi. Sanso no be betimi anya 2 years. Single 2 kwabna. A juma or de bayeno. A best number of years here pre. Enti President Mama dear or no really dear kakrakra ugusu area or beko. A chrimma na mo best at 5 years no. Mamunya maji say a mamu 1 year before holidays. Na sanya 4 years okata weniti ya nabano.
1 year.
What is the difference between 4 years and 1
year?
Statistically, there's no statistically significant difference between 4 and 5. In fact,
how? Because we are 4, we are 5. At least there's a year.
There is a year. Numerically, there is a difference. Statistically, a measure a nearby by some intervals.
Okay.
Because we allow change, natural change to occur. And that's a variable never constant. Constant is when from one to the other, there's no statistical difference between others. And they say, oh yeah, I reported the same thing all the time. And sometimes I have a problem with those who report, who are able to channel out research information like every week, like every month.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Okay.
In research, ethically, you are not, you don't have that. It's how allow dynamics, natural change of. In fact, beautiful data is beautiful when it gives different impression at a certain interval. We think say there's some specified interval of time where data can change. Obano national impression and national issues are US 4 or 5 year expected change interval. Into running census is every 5 years. Yeah, the minimum says Casemo, but largely bit my Casamo. Yes, 5 years is good, but statistically, there was cyclical change. I know they must take minimum 10 years. Into there was seasonalities beyond my there are short term seasonal changes. But in terms of cyclical change, which is also a form of seasonal change, usually you get a better picture 10 years after. They can take some of these things from me. This is a teacher talking.
All right.
And census now every 10 years no. You bet you actually about minimum 5 years.
5 years, okay.
But fancy in this country 10 years. And a developed countries for they are changing, technological change occurs faster than for a long time. For Accra Kumasi Road 10 years ago, you will see virtually no change.
At the corner.
The 20 years. Change if you anyone will try see, but yes, sir, we must allow significant. For me, 1 year
na beka hono.
O de mamia. Me adwene mu no, me nya ma say manya 1 year. Enti me twa ma adwene to say in terms of numerics, they may think say we have 12 additional months. But in terms of substance, one statistically significant change.
Okay.
99%, any 100% has no difference in numbers.
Okay.
99 and 100, they are they are not different.
Okay.
We are rounding up to zero, rounding up to every number person will round it up to
100.
Until change beyond that, my motion and so now. And your holiday, media insist say if Ghana decides to give our leaders, or if our leaders decide to say, oh, your mommy 4-year term, but me ra office as though your mommy 3. Number a president in a hurry. Number to me at accounting for each single day. Then na my diabua mebuno. And ne me kwako day. Then na me yeah me ministers in reporting all together. Me feel say I'm a juma bekuru mebunu benya biaye. If you are accountable each day, you will not need a certain number of years. You better the because no way you can now extra time. Manifesto is more na muchro yenyasa. How many of them are able to report say ye manifesto munse mo ye kai na.
See that.
Me study me wa me yeah on 57 key promises. 57 promises of this administration this week. Summary of 57 promises are so here summary no me the Bema producer no the at so me kasa is ba say mo so bia pictures ni nyina wa ha promises ni nyina wa ha from 1 to number 57. The first and the topmost promise are your citizens' expectation. Into 24-hour one the topmost.
24-hour economy.
Economy the topmost. Roads, job creation, ending galamsey, increasing cocoa price, oral, abolishing teacher licensure, automatic posting, better living conditions, build health facilities, nursing and teachers allowance, build factories, no fee, stress-free, women development bank, completing agenda 111. Jumeura, then the Alestia by number.
Yeah, ma, the young man can answer. We have some more questions. Why? Just the what bosses were one year.
Yes. So listen. So listen. Has these promises been fulfilled?
Yeah.
6.7% of the people says yes.
6.7.
6.7 in progress. 33.7.
And I see it's in progress. Okay.
59.6 or 0.7. You say
Omunye. Okay.
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's like a breaking down project by project. What I say? No stress free has been done.
Yes.
But 24-hour has not been done. No days. Hence, I make say of the 57 in progress.
Job creation.
Opafa.
Away. Hey, show me.
Hey.
Show me. Lawyer, show me. Show me where the jobs are created.
Job creation.
Show me.
Into him. Some of the 6 no. Maybe. Some of the 6 no. Echo 33.6% no one. For 34 po. Now I'm the 6 na koka ho and be 40%
in progress.
You can say 40% in progress, but 60% not done. We are getting to 2 years of the administration. So what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that what I'm saying on the same way they be trained, American say if you account for each single day, ubeti one asset will stand so be Ghana so they fortunately the scanning mu the any more authority nyina amount said be ahwe say o de be in the end galam so then you have everything at your disposal to do so. If the people assesses you and that's at second second year 60% of them think otherwise. I think say then any time now here.
Okay.
Ebia you over promised.
You're over ambitious.
The reality is not matching with your then I didn't know. Ni ejira so dey to say ya mo set realistic targets. Mo shebo na ya mo fa koma kakra nto ho. And na mekra dey na ha mekra as an individual and say when the reality comes and you need to change your mind, I don't play around the words with me. The kanji to say
me and I'm kind.
Make her say me the state of emergency beto galam says so jenu to answer na emom no me buy no the reality suggests that ese me mam ho some time kakra enti me anam kai me jitum but mo mam me mre kakra first study ne be hwe ya nka ne sa ya ka say be responsible man ya ka say be say first one na mo kai ne second one na mo kai ne say be na so kro na na tie you
say bi o mo fa Ghana for say
senior koko for no na ye 6,500 you get it and na reality bi aba market assessor na then but you say 3,000 bibi ni kura mo san bete so first admit say mo kan 6,500 at the time.
Yes, at that particular time.
Yes. Nanka, no, me say, no, but senior lawyer, you heard your people say that you rather promised 70% of FOB price.
And I'm saying,
you would admit. But I'm talking about those who are on TV and elsewhere defending, say, 6,500 quite the info no amada. Name mum ni yeka say 70%, please. Ebasa na ma nipa na juma en he we need the agro yama to me ni na Ghana ni has been hand over. What you think you should do is to play with my mind. No. Me ti asema se pa me teacher for there yantisa lawyer.
We dey remi no.
So I say enti o church mi mu se o niam na aye yi ni ade a. Me ti ase. But when some of your people want to beat around and play with people's mind, for me, it's unfair. And to the Yapanese Meti, I say 5, mini problem. The cause 6, the cause 7, the cause 8, can mini problem. I still insist, say, quality is better than quantity.
All right.
1 year, Krana be using judiciously. Ghana for will appreciate than getting so many years and using words and grammar. And can say 1 3 in the crowd, and can say, see market, Momo say, 133 no ya nka nza oh yes I seen you be teacher nipa mtias masara na man kwoto wase edi onim and dey the beto on masre say no successive president be obedi president ma echiaba and the be feel say a man 1 year be so fan relax please yeah man 1 year obe start be a man in hurry be a man in hurry from day one na enye ni aka mbobo so CJ 10 years sebe for me, yeah.
Okay.
So the case where you go have to go to retirement, you know. Me, Georgina Wood, or transcend about 3 presidents, 8 in why how many? 16 to 24.
24.
Or the fancy say 2 crank 16, 24. I mean for 16, me,
it's too much
for me. Mami. Tokonu Gertrude was younger. Into no crank be 15 years or more. Near day. Meanwhile, of the 3 arms of government, you know, Obia timed. Obia, Speaker of Parliament, timed. President Nemuni timed.
So why not the
time judiciary mini problem?
All right.
Yen time judiciary. Na omunsu yen chira omu say, Obia head of the judiciary. All the God-given talents near Adrian Power, Magana, and Mranche Shayane, then Hunibiano. You have this number of years to bring them all on board. Innovation in legal jurisprudence, innovation in this, innovation technology, in that, digitization of the legal, then yeah, the time at home. You don't have forever to do it.
Yeah.
Do it within this period of time. Everyone when you are not at home, Obiaba. Right. No akomo obiaba. Minister's cap at 60. Kwabna, the capping is not my problem. What is my problem is the budget line and the monuments of a minister. And yes, I Yebema insisted ministers. And so now there were other pseudo ministers whose a monument to market tria or mudi and their benefit then is that of a minister. ye to be hune.
Staffers.
Ye to be hune. You need deputy regional ministers. But there were people appointed whose budget line is nothing different from
the deputy regional minister.
Modalities neighbor. In Ghana bako mamufa his
ye couple the say nanke a couple presidential presidential staffers and so
in America say e bedu baby no na people system ministers and so now people who are benefiting equivalent of a minister no na yakobe 300
yeah
president now upe umani ye na umbe wani mguasia onso wani padom gugu because where they will be exposed one day.
Of course, but
so why can't we cap it
anyway?
Say we're ministers, yeah, couple ministers. So maybe this is the number of people as presidential staff.
Size of government.
Size of government. Yeah, a couple.
Anyway.
The amount of the benefit of the doubt. Say, more money.
Yeah.
More the nation.
Uncle,
the wage bill.
Lawyer, what can I say? Add the power, but in Ghana, we know what people can do.
Yeah. When giving power.
Yes.
President Mama can say Oba better number what is be a number.
What is Obama in terms of budget line of ministers? A bro system. So I say
reduction.
But at least on paper there, yes.
Their money different name and then different
any expenditure
number. Say number 50 cra. Scatter now. Size carry 2 omokan.
Omo more than 100.
And I'm say from whichever angle be yatiso.
On paper, Ghana for any so the artiso.
But the expenditure
the expenditure no we sure say artiso.
No, but the people them dey master. Somebody can going forward.
Yes, going forward.
Maybe
en kamenya en kapu also. Staffers ya kapu no. Size of government.
It's something we can look at. But any document here. And intermediate on the ministers my future amede man no. Yes 60 on the budget lines of Ghana no. Nipa eje salary equivalent of a minister should be 60.
Yeah. Asa.
Na nye chire no. Na ye benya nipa over 100 difference be any minister na nche wenim. But responsibility allowance how je be na. Vehicle say the ma be then all the year wo hu nyina one am the same thing. Me no difference be no. Ye frame minister. Me kura beji asem because obi am bomba me ho majere. We can't deceive ourselves. Let's attach some monetary responsibilities to it. Now, November, the minimum yardine, near more time, find transition about 22 in term yeah. I thought they run off for nominated, then we should have enough time to do all those things. Yes, one day you be going into constitutional crisis. Dual citizenship. My only problem, they say, Nipani be the MP, and also you hear a certain level of confidentiality, secrecy, some near maybe. Enti me against dual citizens contesting and winning to become members of parliament because me imagine chiremono sabio me ye akwesi sapon na me se me kita dual citizens enye padia enye common de me anka me akwesi sapon you America ni be na de akwesi sapon Germany ye to safu duku ho. Do you get it? I admit they are Ghanaians. Sabi to the be an padia ni obi man so tnanin sem bi ni nkrata sem ni ade. So they are Ghanaians. They should be welcomed on any day. But yen say omu background no enye so compromise they have a certain secret oath with other countries.
Yeah.
Nipa ne former CIA or FBI. You know what na ma
be leak information
yeah. Obi ho no take that superior oath no honum na US when him say tracking in the Sonia there. On many occasions he will betray Ghana na you.
Yeah.
Sabe o maso ya hwe hu say ye kure she dey ho hwe. Our intelligence is usually down. And now show you my say Ukraine then for okun ya interceptors ni na mi senior ye small back so mra interceptor be. One na ko intercept hwan.
Me tesi ye bomb na e wo no kura nsa ba critical just ye ko from ba no
so what I say
when intercept hwan
it media they are Ghanaians. There's no day obeka tell say nipa ndi nketia or the champion they say no you're American, you are not serious. Nyame amo a champion ni bia so nko American but life there are a lot of reasons why people become dual citizens. Business to the bia obey adwuma because so dual they are welcome. But yen near so political parties in more nipa kon background
check it very well.
Very important idea I say consider.
Yeah.
ontimi nka so wo ye CIA staff and so I resign ba be parliamentary then nyame animni such people have some superior oaths they take e ba ne say ogina nkwanta onko Ghana na onko ha he is likely to choose that at the near fasa small nation members of parliament me ba na more discuss say 24 na aka no ye be any day I'm sure the modalities would throw more light on it near their metro and marche political parties regulatory commission yes say electoral commission shena on sha battle also no onto now in terms of regulating political activities in political parties no isolating in farmer another office meaning what has made the EC quite ineffective for me ineffective when it comes to managing political parties. They admit everybody, including one who say we mumunye party. You see, you call IPAC coming to add the numbers. NDC use one, NPP use one. Yes, IPAC say. And so you know very well, say, Jami Fanny crazy here, you don't go the end your party. Jami.
Uncontested. Ne binmuka omoye more than
Saya reject you.
Nakofia paluma ko apa ko take decision.
Yes.
Akutia omoja party.
Well, no, move shower after. Repeat you. Let me offer the kingdom. Oh, so I say. Sincerely speaking, sa ni parties makumako 27 na we grata aso na. Say be free 48 every day him say RFP nominate then reforms have on every day finally they are quiet and they are still have NDP nominate then 27 come na no tia parties 27 here yen training getting serious this commission if it comes Juma ba kwa nka me den ka mesresa nko mumra me ne say they should take the registration process and the requirements and those things serious and review it every other year so co renew license every other year subject to sir
provisions now so the meeting
every district in Ghana. Yes. And do they have the offices in
but they are there. Easy for admission.
That is one way to disqualify out of them.
Yes. They should. Into commission no bar. A Juma is so baba no bar. No sanitize the adenim. Now from nowhere 1 week he got to a bar. No be a flag no be a say no be ballot paper so oh yeah man for say check the crowd to number 8. So a video nearby now. No, don't know. I'm so ordinary. I don't go to do it. No, or this is so there's a what to number 8 is so that will be so. All those things can be avoided. And I can then benefit that penalty credit the new should be that and all those things.
Yeah,
I think may the base here on those things. But in all no, may the cattle me of a mini penny safuduku the end so say me bomb and penny mahama abaso.
Right.
And I'm doing this passionately because Sebe, say who here MPP for anka 8 good years in government. So no can no mukra de mu a union of lawyers. Ghana how pemra ekufuadu enko prempe enko then ko chika tanomone emra kesefo ni nyina go MPP. Meka okujato chikata NDC fine but meka okujato and respectfully say we equally solid guys as well NDC but oka MPP dia kasabe eba mra enti I don't see where the morality will come from in trying to, but it's their duty. Oh yeah, they are a stakeholder at the inter. But extreme disagreement in the you had your time. President Mills moya kugu book nida honumsa these are things that MPP could have done easily because they took over from the Mills Mahama
administration.
Enti no nyame animni me bo President Mahama abaso.
Yeah.
Why no be aba no be there are lessons that the MPP will need to learn.
Okay.
Next opportunity to move back government more. They shouldn't downplay some of these things.
And
this should be one of it. Remember the tribunal, the tribunal system, no. This Prempe committee, after consulting the whole Ghana, say yen chemu free Ghana books yen chemu. That one has not captured, was not considered by the white paper.
I see your government position.
What I say?
Government position when
enti no what I say enti uti an na so mpe tribunal na ye there. This is the whole nation's consultation at Prempe committee say Ghana for nyina say tribunal na ye mpe munyi free book mu. A government of the day say no government position. Say paper recommendations the you be free. Well here no free. Also chana krobe appointed regional tribunals. Yes. If you really did it in your time, and then you try tribunal move free more. There are lessons that must be learned,
right.
And it goes to the MPP importantly, but to other political parties who want to, when the opportunity now, challenge are taking a little more serious.
Sedina, Christian, Tamaklo, Atianus, acquittal, and discharge. This time it's shall say free lawyer Safuduku. Na Yahweh. The question is, where did we go wrong? Who went wrong? Is it the investigator? Is it the prosecutor? And I say the court, and they make a mistake. The first one, the woman was tried in absentia, sentenced to 10 years imprisonment in hard labor or with hard labor. Or by this year. Or by some file appeal that I think 2024 no file appeal. Then you call and some try judge and I say appeals court a kind I say almost everything was cannot and it is flawed. That necessarily doesn't mean that Abia Mameno this Canana Wendy. A best canon was some ya see be in what say Sicano a becan and sa and one refanian could be a waseko. Eba Cantamanto Diana, there's no evidence to show until the burden of proof was relayed on the accused instead of the prosecution lay. Where they do lawyer for mu lawyer. Yes.
Mameno do hon kakra. Do bia na hia say.
Yeah, you do hon. Obi yes.
2007 we hot na areho. Titi se be free omo asese nkomu hunu. Na nkomu church afoforo. I say nipa ni bo mo kasama ya na meti an ha me. We bi ni mo so a ese nkomu nya botre pa sua de ti ase ehunu mu yie. Na ma ye ma no nkomu nti bi no eti ase. Na de ya kwa ni say Mahama NDC NDC MPP asemi ba ye ke odi oba ti do no in fact na no me ro hoi jina ba bi sa prof no school ne enche ho ba bi pa bo so ye auditor na wachi nkofo echi o chechi o musen obi ana na to na Mahama be ja no no so peni so auditor pa e wo jima be mu na ka wodi mama mu san semi kakra de di kai mama no bra na yo sha se yedina sem na ye hwan abreso abaya abreso very good enti abai be so na mama ni nya kwa se ye mani ntu kwai
MPP abai
wana man kwa
MPP abreso
very good Musa ba kumbiem abai ba abreso and o file appeal no
2024 MPP appearance
very good na extradition order no abai ba abreso na obe share no kana anaso obe yema na ye adwuma
obai 2020
wọ́n ṣe mẹ́ka ṣe
wọ́n bẹ wie
ọbẹ̀ ṣe fọ́ so yẹ wọ́n yẹ di ọ̀yẹ́ fọ́ so yẹ
NDC
ṣé o start yẹn o jà ọkọ̀
NDC
MPP na apply yẹ NDC bẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ka mà náà yẹ jùmọ̀ náà bọ̀ jamaica fọ́ mọ̀ fọ́ anamra NDC pàṣẹ nkọ̀ bọ́kà sí yẹn ní ẹ̀kyẹ̀ náà bọ̀ very good kí o de wẹ́n di mẹ́sìlẹ̀ ọ̀kan o judge fọ́ ẹ̀ di court of appeal asẹ́mi wọ́n ní mbà yà apọ́ntì wọ́n Justice Ankama MPP 2022 and Justice Diewu MPP think about who ye NDC time think you can MPP NDC grand pacho say
2-1
na Ghana for day ningina ye MPP for ya na bi no di ani mu omo kan kuro nkyere nkofo e na ama Ghana for nyina hu de ekoso o man mu papa ya o ma lead judgment di MPP na appointing na men kan we ni mo person man for ti ase enyem bi akoso ke wodi awon say ye nyina agi tum say ye de ho ahye the rule of law ase dia na say a court of competent jurisdiction at the trial court no ageli obi ye nyina agi tum dia onno e judge ba ko pe o high court di asɛm no charge baako pɛ ne tena so ɛna the appellate court di asɛm yi kɔ yi charge akɛseɛ mmiɛnsa ɛna tena so ɛna nti na charge akɛseɛ mmiɛnsa tena so deɛ a yɛsɛ deɛ yɛnyɛ ntumu na NDC ko di Ghana fo ntie mi yie pa ne mani abre pa na mba yo hwɛ kewodi tie mi pa mpacho bi ma meta makra na ɛna deɛ Prof we yɛ mmara sɛ menya na ni nyinaa yɛ kan nyinaa no kewodi yɛte kurom ha ɛna MPP di to mo safo hene sɛ ɛfiri sɛ 1992 na sɛ Fourth Republic start yi enipa abai bi aba so ajele omu nyinaa yɛ NDC fo until 7 tumi ajele no aname boa na MPP ade MPP ba so fi sɛ wiase ba yɛ ɔmo de MPP ni wi akɔgyina court bere ɔmo abai mu da ni bisa question mamba ko sɛ MPP ni mu nipa bi panimu bi adi bɔne yɛ na kɔgyina court sɛ de JM Mahama ɛde abuga pele kɔgyina court sɛ munyina sɛm ɛma yɛ jeli papa no bacho MPP wo kai bia ka kyɛm Prof the research director Prof you am to ka kyɛm ne kasa fi do me mama mfo nti enti betima kanipa be 20 MPP nko a jeli wo sa NDC for sa Victor Salome nom ne kwa be pranom sa obi en kasa na ɛde na court of appeal kɔgyina sɛm na mo se mama na agya no oba ya kro mo si prison kwa onko da onko
am so otifi
abreko bit ko verify easily akohwehwe se o wana so ni wo ke wo de yan hwasem na nkasa si de ti koy we you know judgment ni o 94 pages ma ya na ma print ya
once that print watch note wo
ma ya na ma print ya ba
ene ene yempon
o lebi me ko topa
enko
de di kai wo hwe charges on the board ma no na ye aduaso nwotwe 78 eno kura charge ti o mo ye no na number 80 was
say omo bo no man be fry
the charges no from day one na ni man kwa nkoyie
it is flawed
what you say
emremu no nyina mo count
ni nyina no panifo no kan wasem justice of the court of appeal kan wasem
okay
na charges no the board maame no so obo bi charge ya charges no so no o kire ne ma wa ye ne potima obi ate ase se e da sei oni pastor mazike odi we teacher ni wo wo sa ye juma wo Kesbian media wo ye say at the property no kire sika causing financial at the end ye ono ngasa in most of the charges no omo ntidi
omanka
no so makana what la without telling us mama no we potin we ye ntia just ti dudu ni nyina na mfa kwam I for the offense of money laundering. Once money laundering says, I dear when you be a company so, and your number when you sika when you be a free mo. Ninga money laundering. Charge for say, prostitution this I call the woman no. Omo ntimi anchira the corporate pa. Amount to money laundering on the part of the appellant. In this case, said the name. Almost a conspiracy to willfully causing financial loss and causing financial loss to the state. And on a charge it, you know, and penny for it, so judge for me and say, can't say. And Kamukana San, Nanka, Uko charges in this way. Who state at the corporate in our ya, a massa win a buy, with the Mokana water in Semunaba. In the Basano Nipano, a man in Yano Yadin. Enti dudu onu amodi me am breaking down mama for wona de koye enke bia wo ke wodi e da sei wo koye ade we ma enam so meka sei ba ade we pot na wo ye omodi me yen sa tibi omo tro figure na sa to omodi se de koye ya ma sa ade ne ba ye
without evidence okay
na waba also conspiracy to steal and stealing nse conspiracy ni nyina hodo nyina makoma saa o sili no so sika hodo bibiro no bobodin ba ko ne se wo mo se o ma obatampa company bi wo se master ko no dwumadi o mu dia ne se o mo bobo anuma nketwa ne ankrankran dwumadi nkakrakra enti saa obatampa no so mo mo yesa anuma ne to mbaji bi yedi ko mbaji 150,000 ene chire o mbaji 500,000 no obatampa fo no se o mo sa de buy sanse ne si hono am propose ye no
eso
e na mo se ma me sure krata se sika no wasade aba
so omo ka hye mfa bo mfa mre no
ama omo se maame no le cheche se omo twia na momo se omo ntwia na court se mo ntimi ankyere e kwankora mo se maame no fa so wi sika no kwankora fa so wi aye woji fa na kan zumu anasa de koshia no baabi anasa de mo ntimi ankyere poten no so de kono to bi so na one of the cardinal principle law mo ni say prosecution una say wo ye o case yie enya wa dwen say wo de asem charge to bi so say wo kwa enipa ko na say eboa ma ye o case wo na so pu bibia ma ni mu da wo kroje
de make ni ho dance die ni
nebo me expect say me maka okay ono so say wonye ono won say wonye wo na say wo say waye
okay
iti banifo no say krono mo kan nyina say kan nyina ye hu bia dance ye say wo wie sika bia
okay
na yaba omo se okaso sika bi amani poku bi se omo de ye training monitoring sensitization and financial literacy na sesika no amfa nyadima no even though what the edin bebre nipa no mo ye nyina edin aba ene said de obi anya ye nyina aba ana court ni se mo so amfa anya adanse be ne se so amfa anya ono provide se me de aye mama mo din we omo di amfra regional director bia fo no organize edit da no anyi nipa na ebo odi ni bi se mo mra me dia dance se wabo odi se wo ke odi omo se ni bi odi anaso amfa hunya bia so wanya bi omo di anche o court ke odi judge ho no court dem on yenko to na yenko bompa yo odi asem to bi so a ma dance ekrodin ti ko judge ne se ntina judge fo se ntina one friend nipa ni bi kura mu se omo se ma me asmasi sika no gibi e da se mu ye train na so mo anye ina court no sin ye ma boma tugu na misahwe ba ko biem no wo mo say contravention of the Public Procurement Act kana mra e fa so e di to ne mama adwumakuo bi no mo ma me
wani so
eno mo say dey say wani so o mo
ntimi akere
na woni ka no krom so to e no 350 cars no say ayi sika FS no moto ayo
eye ma me
ene ma me ko ade no o ye ja ho mu ba no sa ko ye re negotiation e ko ye hye ni mu ma mu ye din sika si wan fa kwamboni bia so ti ka no mfa mre ya je 350 no nye ma me ko na e je ka so no no ka se bia wonye ho ya dodo die bi kra ti judge for no say e den na sa se mo yi
ye butia
no ye butia obi so financial loss kan so mo kwaje mo anka se ye jai enye ntino ye ko china ba mara ba chire se di ntia mo na mo kwaje mo personal of oriata atwe ka mo kwaje omo say improper payment of public funds ko wodi ntia sensem no e yakoya de kro no stealing
causing
financial loss procurement breaches misapplication of public funds ningina court for ni judge for pen for me say kebo nyina no say prosecutor nso nyina enti no ijanu edijai no mo sha se kra no wo mo raise issue say appeal ni kra ma me faare no emfa kwa we say no woni a na judge for mo nkyere Ghana constitution ba bi e say obi o ma mi ko na timi e faare appeal o mo timi approve
te bibi no ho mutu
o mo raise as a preliminary objection judge nya butre o mo nya butre address pa e botugu e no mo so mo charge sheet na nkasa no
e defect onu mi je ba za abra na ma no anto aso na oni ya na okoje no wa ya se wa brusie no akoye ba ko fo ma de bonti bia wa kaka na sa abubo mu nwan eno mutugu mu enti we na aba no se wonya bi hwe mu ake odi enti fie ne nkasa ntia pese mama isan se wan fa koma NDC judge for se de munim no se mo nya sama na mi yi mutim nkampo we de kwa fa so yi judge for no kama ma onim ho hwe se mi nu MPP judges se de Ghana for e ka se MPP pension yi judge bi o MPP ni no na se NDC pension yi judge bi NDC ni na anke 2-1 but you so there 3
opani en wo mu nyina se na me ne tumo sa ne ma we hu a obi koto ne ma na onu ja kokona wo ba na wo penso wo si ya je tuma ko je ne ma no e de na wo ne koto enti o ma botu ke wodi na mese yenya itimi ken kai kakra no wodi ya mom yanken kai niema omanfo no hu nsem ni bi yi anya sa Ghana ba ya ka obi antmentra o
but so and that because say the politics akura the judicial winning to na masan being because at MPP time you unanimous 7. He say one time he interview President Nanato 10. Emeka say aden na wujiro say onye judge.
So
Onjelini pa.
Now our judicial is
independent. So enye yaya manyofo ya na yama manyosoma back for a judges here ntia sembia ba ni reading it through the political lens.
Ke odi kakra makeken.
So waka odi waka.
What is say na bi o lawyer. Onye ne lawyer fo ko gina ba bi say ye ko demonstration. Kana fo mu nipa ambi fo mo ye. Ambi fo mo ya dua bo pa o.
Me you be free.
Oh, that be wodi.
Because at your time you also said it. You know, was 7.
Uti. No, because you know 7. What do you want?
So be 7.
What do you want?
And then you have to do.
Was you know 7? Okay, some person be going to party in the kayo.
And when I can.
I'm not telling about no come. No 7 7 no. Everybody go near to me. Now we don't also go demonstration.
Okay.
Adanya. President Mama, I'm here jelly be. President Mama, was jelly be. Nyamo na mo se yenjele mbibi ni biada.
Okay.
Enti sa demonstration no me ka kire Ghana ni bia se obi an fa no ngwajim. Omo nyom sika egudam no mu enwu do mfa nya no mo koje okoje na mo. Obi ya bo so mo demonstration bia mo mo tutu.
All right. Lawyer Kwabranketia mamenti osuso. Ansa na Prof room.
Keodi. It's very interesting. Say overnight. Nkofo na aban na ofiri so na di omasem eji ba ayine na le person ko file bebre sedinam
mbacho Jalman kasa sedinam so Jalman kasa miso Jalman kasa me pacho lawyer Jalman kasa miso mami too
sina kasa na mo ha mami
too
ai kodi overnight aban ni face omom no mo was aban ni ma kwabando form na dade eji ba ye hu de
the wheel of justice the wheel of justice grinds slowly miso maneko
na sisi o ka say date no cry 6 months say back to be travel for a long time
me too
said them tamaklo case by it's in some course Ghana. I'm talking about the rhetorics sinalo Martin Pebusu can be so on said or no to said nam tamaklo for ko for so mra na ba na ba won say dey ajeli no ko bank ko dem be 6 months then the president will pardon her public record and you na make.
But that is different. Hold on. That is different. We're talking about the law.
Yes.
Let's go to the case, the substantive case in Angasa. Yes, but let's look at the appellate court no. And some no mudin where the defect is.
KOD. Appellate court no. I high court in the case no. High court in DSM no. I mean Ghanaians were happy because those who were in that sector no saw the rot because say you do that adjumana siska uma first can go ka but o the scan ko share an alcohol kind of filling station is it Obatampa
yes
Obatampa
microfinance yeah
kill the Ghana adjuma ben na ya bind the ecological filling station and this can come filling station so that's it so you can't base on this and tell me say there was no rot. But then a question I will be saying, is it the fault of the prosecutor,
the
investigator, or whatever? That's another question. I know. So after the case number, I think say we did by Monday, but next week there, the nitty-gritties of everything.
Okay, there's this some of the cases, Mr. Lawyer Kennedy, but let me mention one note. Maybe that would be a bit boring background. May kind from Professor Stephen Kwekwasari.
Okay.
Kwekwasa. Or breaking it down as to why the case Yabuatwegu. 1. Or say criminal charges must be properly drafted.
Yes.
Must be properly drafted. stressing that Article 19(2)(d) of the 19th Constitution requires that every accused persons be informed in details of the offence alleged. Yemusa say, sama ayatianu. That's the first question that we are getting. I say a charge sheet cannot simply copy the wording of a criminal status. It must clearly describe the specific act or omission that constitute the offence. Okay. 2. Possibly be a bit to me a boy. A defective charge cannot be cured by evidence. A defective charge cannot be cured by evidence. I see. Even if the prosecution presents strong evidence, a fundamentally defective charge sheet cannot be fixed later during the trial. And that was exactly what happened. Criminal proceedings must be legally sound from the onset. That is another one. 3. Burden of proof remains on the prosecution. You don't lay the burden of proof on the accused person. But that was what happened. And it goes on and on and on.
Article 19(2) NDC it must be explained to the person. On say senior Kasaba, she was even tried in absentia, which is a fact.
Yeah.
She wasn't here.
But yes, I say no, yes, I say no,
no.
Yeah.
Listen. On say see Ameka say. After we never banra. A friend say
judgment in the banra. Yeah.
And near one paper, and you took a dose
94 pages.
94. That's all translate. Now, but now can now say. That's why I was asking now that you can't be a neighborhood. Say a prosecutor in a Jumaye. A court na koludi no majai mameno. I'm not going to sit here ambassador than any judge because that's the way Madame Fupa.
I know what Fontina ambassador is.
No. Yes, because I know how he can do with the law.
Okay,
he is a good person. I mean, I am mentors in any.
Yeah,
and the thing is that, say, if I can't speak to the judgment so well because I haven't finished reading it, then I will look at the rhetorics. That's where I started from there.
Okay,
and then my course. Because Martin people they see that on new video no say meeting the mom say that too much the rhetorics are not coming from any ordinary person.
Hold on.
Obi ka se me mogo obi so ka se me mogo senior obi anu ma se me mra obi anu ma se me mra.
Yeah,
but what the message
me pacho lo pacho odi jano manenka sa
anye written or a video.
Hold on,
it's a video
jano
and na o hwe trend bi a ekoso.
Let me too. Let me too.
Where rhetorics the course no. I be ni say we say na say be say CGD. Yet no me course ko na CGD no. So yen fa na CGD na yi no na nka
and I'm Pampaswa.
Look at this woman's issue too. Martin people video says member mom fan to na mom no be antibia say na be a senior here obegun say
and you know kwa me so be exactly what will happen.
Yes,
and exactly that is what has happened. Does it mean say we were looking at the facts and the truth? Does it mean say a sanity ana?
But another point you have to look at is that Mama no Ejelino in absentia time and people also.
Yeah.
So answer no mukan that time na Ejelino na say later no mukan say na buy the sign no mukan. So that is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And as people who knew or who thought probably they can
maneuver their way.
Exactly. And the man man buy. So if it doesn't mean so law the law is the law. You can sit here and predict. You can sit here and predict say it can be one and it will happen like that. Doesn't but we are talking about the rhetoric and the people who said it. And even the time those things were said. You understand the time those things were said. It means or can presuppose some things were being cooked somewhere or some things went on elsewhere.
Make me fall in place all the flaws in asiphoning to me a year. Okay.
After careful reading of the judgment, then we will know. Say prosecutor na Juma then you can't fault anybody. Then prosecutor na Juma.
Okay.
Now say if you have to lay the blame bare at the prosecutor, then fair enough. Say if any say judges in so you can't be any then fair enough.
Okay.
What's the chance? But the see idea, because I haven't finished reading it, I will lay my argument bare.
But this will already be.
Okay.
Okay.
I will lay my argument bare on the rhetoric course. Because we have more aban bai ya hu nipa bebre ya ja o masem no le prosecute I opunimu de ne o senior
lawyer, just allow him. Ode Jano. So Ode, just allow him. Allow him. We just allow him. Allow him. Yes. Mami too. Mami too.
And the code me say rhetoric is a cause. Ibesi. And those things are being done. Whether they are following the law or not is another question. But no one can bed. They are doing it. That's what I'm saying. I say, I prosecute an onion at Juma and I said the law on the command. If the Juma no anya Jumania, then that person can also become I sanctioned for sleeping on duty because whether we like it or not, monies have been lost in this matter. Monies have been lost. Sika afa sika saying anko. But that is not the end in itself. I think will be a transfer because we're not even going to court over the laws are there. You have to prove beyond reasonable doubt in the pan. Why? Because in the criminal prosecution, the standard is very high because of the punishment I am batching. So if someone that didn't do the job, then there's another problem, right? And NDC appeal be I
review
that public prosecution so because appeal na day. And my question is that if someone has been acquitted and discharged that.
Review, so also review. Supreme Court can review it.
They can. They should review the decision. I don't know when, but if that review decision comes out, then they can't wait no one. They can't High Court there, Court of Appeal. Not Supreme Court review decisions, but then I believe so everybody will be at peace. Near who they were, but I don't know.
And there's someone as say court to no. Sorry, yeah. Stay no current me and Yajuma. Yeah.
Okay. So now don't say.
Yeah. So more sorry, Mabwa. I'm sorry. It will be very difficult.
It will be October. In October in a bar because I remember say time a decision in a bar from the High Court. Everybody was at peace. We didn't hear this prosecutor in the that's why I'm saying say no matter maybe say a balance sentino. Mama, I'm never been the kind, but I me want it. I must people did not me war and I'm war.
But so one can say you be Jan or say pardon. There was no pardon.
Says Michelle say, and someone after judgment in the bar on thing. I High Court in the bar. Look, NDC winning election 2024, and somebody thinks I'm in the bar. So I say, a bit of them say, I'm on them. But of them say,
how do you know so name?
Michelle say 6 months, 6 months, 6 months.
Okay.
6 months. About them 6 months. Not I pardon. But I'm on them 6 months. And I'm basse. Obeying in my judgment. You have people who have influence behind whatever. You can't discount some of this senior. You can't. No, senior, you can't. What I'm saying is that Obikwati yin and Uche man ko kasim man. So we can't. See na first video is not credible. O say ni ho. After say what just pass can say for.
Let face man na Prof. Mami too. You have the floor. So let me listen to you.
Or how appeal no. Decision is different from the trial court the buy. Fine, Supreme Court say they will review the decision. Now to make us say a bar Supreme Court ruling in the bar.
Any bit to me.
Yeah, sorry. Remember October. Supreme Court ruling in the bar. Yeah, the way because High Court decision in the bar. No. Sans me entity. Is it because the trial judge didn't know what High Court no? He didn't see some of these things. Or who no good and the good one because it is a number in mistakes in that. But it's substance over form. It's a substance in that told him. Substance over form. But over form over substance. Then it's something else. What is it? High Court, the other Court of Appeal, the other.
So let's wait for the review of this.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay.
A bar needed to one. Near home.
All right.
See, I'm a kind, a bit and piece of it as highlights. But I say I'm a kind from
right.
one to the last.
That's it. Prof.
Good. Nice one.
But you'll be on your team. So Prof.
Okay. The first angle I'm person me kona say nra say na me share document I chanced on the written statement from Attorney General to the appeals court omugina so e dey year ruling o share enim hono I think last paragraph or last but one paragraph na Attorney General ka say o ma nyamre attach all the necessary documents enti na lawyer Safuduku ka say we proof nin enka ho we proof ninka, and the appeals court who fought be brainy because those proofs were not attached.
So
and it is in the written statement.
Who should we blame?
Na mention South, na mention South lawyer, mention South MP.
yeah.
Now or kase in that instance, na kase AG as part of a written statement the court analysis immediately after who say the judge cannot wait for them to go and look for the evidence and bring it. Na kase a motion to ratify
their own way, right?
The motion now on the appeals court in his view.
Can go
ahead.
Yeah.
And the AG itself have written in their written statement. And the first page now, Monsieur on send him there 2 platforms. So whoever has the document should send it back to him. Okay, AG is written. In fact, him say the AG at a point realized oh yes, our time documents, and that's why he wanted to put it on record by way of stating it in it. Say. Yeah, when your time and for all the necessary if appeals court says we ain't attach, yeah, appeals court no new who ye. But in the written statement of Attorney General, so what we say, unyamra called this evidence in attach. Me can we ask my opening remarks because I don't think say appeals court any mrabiso. Yeah. But according to Attorney General, time for all the evidence now mama attach it. The Indian American who here as my opening remark and say nobody by way of reference to would want to discredit the High Court of this Republic. Yeah. So the High Court, the appeals court, do not just sit down. Do you get it? Is that what we know in this republic? And then you say Nama for Yankan and they are no aqua and the Casa Aqua. Are you telling me that we have a high court in Ghana? Prosecuting a criminal case
of this teacher.
No. And then the Abasa Attorney General be a Yamre and for the evidence attached. Emma's appeals court a general assem. If that is what the case, that is even the grounds where Attorney General Neka said and your best Supreme Court. Because on an argument, Sanko the evidence Nina Kahua. And appeals court to not arrive at that decision.
But Prof. Bambuso, an appeals are filing in 2024. We are in 2026.
Yes.
Does it mean the Attorney General?
No.
And to me and your preparation.
No. Let me explain that part. Remember, Assembly in say, Mameno, any opportunity to appear before a procedure, a court process. Or start a court process up to a point. And or the area quite coy. The question is, Mr. Amibisa lawyers for me know her. In their view, did the woman abscond from justice or did not? You bet me I can say Madam
Ojane,
yeah.
Because time a demand some from
Ojane, yeah. No, maybe it is a very, very instructive to underline that point. Say Mahameno, Justice B was going on, the process was going on, and he actually fugit out of the jurisdiction of the AD to abscond or to fugit from that law, from that process. And he may send a appeal be later, and I may file for appeal. Now me danger. The lawyers are here; they can tell me. Are they recognized and said there's a fugitive on the run? And not baby no send the appeal. Are you recognizing that?
So entirely, there's a missing link here, right?
It's not in doubt to say May 2024. It's not in doubt.
And I'm say you attain April 2024.
Yeah.
You attain 2024.
Yes.
The person before that time had absconded the process. In fact, none of the lawyers were representing. That's why the case could go on. In fact, Senka Edu baby nanka the lawyers create niwa and nanka beti maka say we any opportunity to respond to some of the things. Lawyers were from the to the last. So we hokra nanka say the lawyers the you speak through your counsel. The point I'm trying to make is that. Sincerely,
make us be any team. Mr. Munyan man, Mr. Must be there, present.
Back up, someone may can say. Now, or you're properly represented by an illegal counsel, even to the last day when the Metias here. Or no, defense now and one of the escape route I did discussing. How then are we now saying say no leave on or file a certain appeal? The judge say that appeal is of that equal potency as so no one can baby filing appeal. They can be of the same potency.
The justices of the Court of Appeal said, say, age for no resist, say, at that time, no say, and you're competent because of Senior Pine, I'm going to be anywhere. They address it, you, honey. So there's no way. So what I'm saying, what
I'm saying today, what I'm saying today in respect of Nkoma Mabon say, the woman must be labeled as Obia or absconding from justice.
Yes, that fact must be.
Ebanesa. And let me also make a second statement. Say the woman actually surrendered when the NDC came to power.
Yeah.
Until the process now they extraditing and started here in MPP time. No, or fight it back. He assembled lawyers to respond to those.
Extradition.
That
she's not surrendered. She was compelled to come.
By the order of Osarandai.
And I'm saying that she was compelled to come.
And I make her say the woman resisted extradition until such an appropriate time where she surrendered.
Yeah.
And the appropriate time.
That's different too. Yeah. That's different.
Her people are now in power and she knows
when she not come because of that.
I don't want to
because in my view the fact that or putting up defense and the reason why intimate extraditing until such in her mind an appropriate time. You can afford the best judge in Yakano. Then it comes. Then she comes to Ghana, and we are told, say, you remember the response of I think Miaminu Mubarak Mutaka. She's at a safe place and the house arrest as a BBC. You remember that?
Yeah.
Until such a time, in fact, to other people who followed the case closely, they said for 15 good days since her arrival.
No
Koi.
Yeah. There's a lawyer Bafo Wabaka exactly when.
I'm not saying it. See. Me. Me information. I can get information from prisons across the country within a second.
Yeah.
But me the men follow. And me can say, for those who were
followed.
Anyway,
let's continue.
All these things. Now, me blame age say or share than one for relevant documents. Now attach say then.
Lord, but you gentleman in Casa. Gentleman in Casa.
Mestre. Oh, na say
you see. Now platform no. Yes.
But we are for no, we are chef for no. Matthew for ni ahwefo no NDC for na e defend like now move fanya man baako no. What the point we are not me person a bit encourages our conversation no. Me person a bit encourage that conversation because we defend the appeals court no. Now we go high court na ni mase bone kese
big time.
Every TM
Prof, you have the platform. Let's go. On the micro off, so you let's carry on.
No, because assembly no my kokwa. Benkum edania Tonifa. Into na make say that judge, me a judge na metina high court no so na nka how I'm feeling. You can't imagine. You're sensitive to the knowledge they want to acquire. Sabe, onusu atrasem so. Prove beyond reasonable doubt no. Basic. A high court judge knows what it is.
Yeah.
And you are saying, say,
continue. You continue.
No, I can't say about but what I'm saying is that I say you have evidence. I might prove it. She attach it. Me tiwe I mean lawyer and put my judge. Me kurampo.
You won't do that.
Me mbuase moi. Me who evidence. Hardcore evidence. Me mbuase ma me nyensa. And that explanation going around no. Number one, meaning say omuni eji ajuno so omuni eji nya ajuno. Eji ne say onye comfortable obeko court. Obi also better be a defender here. What kind of conflict is that? But
yeah.
But the second thing I want us to put on record that young council say, celebration of the appeals court case nearby, celebration ni nyina ho hia because in the written statement of the AG umkura ka say umanyamra fa evidences na attach.
Yeah.
And yen spare the high court judge at some respect because sebe you see a politics here then no judge will put his credibility on that line. Say criminal case aba no evidence.
No buafo.
Aba. Let me land very well. So my first point I'm dey landing is say sisi no ye memi ntwa nwurenwu asem ne so. Enti na me comfortable acquittal and discharge. Na me comfortable with that. Then the appeals court is hurriedly the blanket kata so you believe in accountability. NDC motto accountability kesiye pa probity and accountability kesiye pa accountability enti mesre let us not take advantage of this to make it look like
but so you can't blame the appellate courts because
I'm not blaming
based on what they have.
I'm not blaming the appellate court. When you say Ghana Hayati, judges obi otinifie bia bu aten in the preventive detention act PDA kuma mo time no e court no the chief justice Otena Supreme Court Justice Otena ruling in the statement back was say as at that time the another application of the law no matter how disagreement people were with it no but the people on election they will have an opportunity to speak to the law, to change the law. And the media may come because you still have 2 more years to go, and that every year you must be accountable to the people who voted for you. And that, even if the object, to defend the church, optics are there on a certain day to come to also pass the ultimate judgment on you.
Yeah.
I am a political coach and I'm sensitive to Sanemano. Yentimi fa yen church mu ni den katakata so say ya hyehyɛ na ma me nadwane afiri mra no na watwen ya
ono nti ase no
nemre pem waba na nemre pem na waba
that is the picture
so the people on the street kwabra the people on the street will ask say enne so foriata efiri US bedu Ghana oba akɔda fie for 15 days. Can you imagine arriving at the
airport straight away?
I'm ending. Okay, on your mind, you're near the bed. Lawyers. Something I make a honor me disclaim so business. So what I'm saying is that people can't imagine say Oforiata Bedu Airport pa. When you had the sort of silent arrival, and then they had to take an official announcement for us to do. So said, "Nam Krabedu." Me say, "Of for the new for that new." But ye the year kosuya mummy and the same thing. Then justice will be seen to have it. Then my from announces to say accountability in the irrespective of who is in government. Sabia Bob was keeping. Let us get interested. Maybe Nkaso being called demo. I don't even see why people should be when they can be made to pay. We need the money back. Yeah. So bite confanoche. Now they test flageno. A public accounts committee for flageno. The person gets surcharged. Yeah. Sometimes their salaries are attached. Yeah. They pay. Man, who be a 25,000 free the salary. The salary is 5,000. And then at the point when it becomes politically exposed people. Sikapa mupao the amounts and some and don't forget say political accusations no and where be any tete ya NDC diba ba enim no enti ye ni MPP political accusation and ye ni NDC political accusation so say MPP needs to be say saglame 1,005 units of houses obi si fa sikanaisa and so final can ye nsia why do you want us to believe say that case in the non prosecutor case? It doesn't have any feeling,
interest, yeah.
And Papa, I should know, sir. The wheel of justice grand slowly. But 20 years old. No, lawyer, meaning pass when your opportunity and can be advice senior Attorney General Ayine. Say,
come back. As some logical conclusion.
From the one, come on, me boy, I know. And Katobu as a far some real logical conclusion.
Yeah.
But it is publicly very, very shameful.
So yeah, you say Papa, say Papa.
It is publicly very, very shameful.
Yes. The perception out there is different.
Yeah, you be Mummy and you know say, and ye young one in the So you na ka the case na 3 months time ya kill case na. Now they are in the open. Not only press can be do as a nkro as a mestre objects ni defense ni mrakwa so then they obeka. Na mo nwene ne nipa ne so odwene fasem no na ya kwese MPP akronfo no kwa na ya akronfo na NDC akronfo nya akronfo na vice versa depends on who is in government.
Yeah.
Who is in power? What I say depend on who is in power. I'm landing on an advice say yenhwe na yen treat all Ghanaians fairly.
All right.
The accountability must still not be brushed over. If far away and then nobody, especially those explaining and trying to make everything look nice. Oh yes, I made them a high court judge now, and I will feel very bad. Say, why are these people making it look like Miss Kudumanko?
What did they take me for?
Manko school.
In wrapping up, Messi, say, at Deba the Court of Appeal judge is now so pay charge sheet in so much.
Defects never so.
Now we see Professor Azai in the okay, Woody. Honestly, when Disney. So why are people not talking about government? I'm so prepared to charge it in the way. And you have found Court of Appeal. You need to be a Prof can document evidence we have found go. Almost the judgment whom people can be unfair and I for touch me out. On my address it, you may better when paper, chance it no, I can't want to be from go for them in a draft to call you.
All right, let us see.
Now, me, your grano. Miri Grano. The na can say Cody. Who Obia Macho. Mesa Fuduko.
Member time.
Obia Machimi. I'm being part of more called Bermono. Means 1% book. Obi out 1 or 2.
That's it.
Media Obi Digan is Cabiano.
So your why so your
say you would could not say near Bia.
Jessica.
Jessica, yes, I do for Quanswabema. I Scadiana Conomobia.
That's it. Lawyer. I'm too.
Cody, in my submission, I stated that High Court no case no High Court no. So answer me in a charge sheet. I say,
young who's a name
and na provoke say, judge no. Say on school. Why yeah, Juma.
Rise here, they do High Court.
Only lawyer and check 14 years. As well as my High Court judge. Oh, senior. Oh, senior.
Your time is so. The time is so.
78. Appeals court me who one cry.
I'm serious.
Address all the 78.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That once the High Court did. High Court I'm 678, or I'm 678 now. I mean that is a cause for concern. What I say? Because High Court, no, judge them can say, on minimum years or do, but on your lawyer, 14 years, and I lawyer,
and that
experience no one you can't bastardize his work. How I say,
but I say,
Prof, dude, or walking tampo. We call Kintampo waterfalls, Kintampo fee. Oh, much me.
Okay.
We didn't check us here.
That could be so
just let me know. Oh, we say, Marco before Musama, you know. Yes, the people are good. Me check Kintampo mine, both north and south, good.
All right.
Cody. I said, yes, yeah, which makes ya hot lottery and lotteries.
Okay.
So,
why?
Hot lottery.
Okay.
Hot.
Oh, dear, hot.
Okay.
No Muslim country say. What the MP for about so many Pablo.
Because of Namikaiti. I will stand by this. I will stand by this anytime. Because maybe a professor. Sabi me nkoya de mba.
Right.
Sabi me nim hwe kra de makoya de ba na me nyonko professor bi aba.
No, bastardizing.
Come on, you won't find this in the university.
You say me call secretary.
Oh yeah.
Kuka, I'm the constitution. And first time I hear amendment of Huni. Sometimes I in parts. I'm saying this and they are going for the whole constitution. Now, baby, I say, you don't say, I'm less than I'm read done. To me, son, I'm read done. Now, you have a BM, Yamamu, now, I say, home baby. To recommendations on that banner. I don't see part of my case with you. But I think they should have added a lot more. Kid man still can't. Bibi about Asgasha. And no more Janessa.
Some of you special emolument commission. You take charge of the Umbe Shani money in our as a Shonema.
And the constitution, beditated and now constitution I can because Asgasha, I mean, say a hard
Article 71.
Yes.
A beneficial,
yes.
You know, almost
I think
special monument commission, ebeba, obehwe sane mani nyina no maye.
Okay. Now, come constitution capture. I think that would have been better because you are talking about constitutional review. They say no moment. Say yeah, team for the abano. Nanka say executive name paying for no so the aba nanka kama. Another one say what can be for death penalty. I think that's a bit problematic because KOD we say my panyini be no aka say nkokumbi since 92. I'm a military regime na sana man but KOD the fact is that a company law, I say a company can sue and be sued. And that is strike law. But now you can kill, but you can't be killed. But
yeah.
I think to me that's
a problem.
I think that's a bit problematic.
I was saying a friend is saying that way no the enka was but death penalty no.
What I'm saying is that so kumobi. Na ehwem na se kwan fa so kumobi no. Enye kwan papa o she death penalty should be there.
It should be there.
Yes, because there was America. Death penalty is there. They use it every time. Right? So that at least.
But with this death penalty, you innocent people will breathe swap. You come a chain and a crana babon.
And I want to come back. And come back say, young kuku because after 92 young kuku biasa. At least why can deter people. Like deterrence ability in Nkwanti, no. I think I don't think any president will come democratically elected in Ghana because
looking at this 9th parliament, I'm trying to say Neya Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Tisui. It is possible that President Beba Obekasi Ngokumubi na yenyi CJ free na kunya soda.
Okay.
Ye CJ de free honum.
Okay, under 9th parliament.
And the 9th parliament.
And Article 1992 constitution.
Yes.
Okay.
Ni CJ free order, but there were processes and procedures. Yeah, you bet me the CJ edi free honum. Ebiesi. So there's a possibility saying Kabain be beka say yes and no correct. Death penalty no but once a somebody can be asked to be killed. Innocently.
Yes, and another part. What I'm saying is that need deterrence ability in Quantino. And you can say free.
Okay.
Because when you say me, you be say what be for whatever reasons, no, what could be. Na nipa no uko. Na irene ma na busu for one behel.
Okay.
Now what has now deny no I think say that's a bit problematic. But once the framers are saying say this is the way you should go, then we all have to follow it because but maybe once you can kill, then you can also be killed. Yes, that is my opinion.
Anyway,
so what you could be say what should that you a sign or what could be one shed that one the fine. But who could be say what should that what plan it. The first agreement that you plan, you go and execute your plan. Let your children the cocoa need do as an boa. I mean, once you've killed someone, I don't see why
you shouldn't be killed.
Yes, too. Yes.
Anyway,
even though no president was signed for you to be killed, but at least the deterrence ability to think a German war.
Okay.
So, and I get another one here. Article 35(7). One of the articles of constitution hear me pa
31
35(7). I say as far as practicable government should continue the projects led by their predecessors.
Okay.
Honor I did here because Ghana yanku enim nyina fisano ma no kodi e ba kwaje bosia e la besi aseda house e kwaje bosia na e de bosia na ba na e gusu si dan no ya to aba ban na firi so governance is a continuous process ofiri so na do be ba no o se me ya e be ka se we na ye intimento aso. That is one point. Sikare de kwaje bosia na interest no asha se wo enti project na yes ye no ye ntimi nwi nya so fa nkotu asa aka no na ya be chef France e be chef France na eno so akwaje no so bosia o ti de bia ka na tua ye nwi da ye be tua ka na tua ka na ye nwi da ye be tua ka na sa ye nwi da nti I say ho na say them say one your directive and the directive principle of state policy which is not justiciable or presumptively justiciable. That is something I think that something must be done about that.
So say almost say empower the friend saying National Development Commission for no Emma omo enya to me yeah ne omo ye plan to because ye nya vision 2020 ye nya hwan 2040 ye nya hwan ni nyina ntimi materialize so that come say me that audit of projects are subsequent governments
Antoa so.
aya antoa so any a car a woman Ghana for
kid who be say nya president bi obeba Ghana say senior or senior be president of Ghana senior say me dey member men start project foforo bia men fam sankare foforo bia dey me ya say
I'll continue.
But I mean, time cry and that 1992 constitution since 92 project bia ya bia na mba be wi kabu be Ghana ba koduru.
Okay.
But yeah, the politics near Jaho, near Jabosia. Now, rumors be, I don't know whether they are true. Say kick back 10% be to us.
Before not just say Nuntina, a man for to us one.
But that is wrong because now you talk, or kick back a day. Ghana, one of the countries we are seeing, I hear and paying for you. Ghana, shame paying for you. Ghana, you are more like a god. Yes, some even from president to even MC and a DC cry. And the kickback out there. It say yenya BBI be yes no man. Na they are ball man because a ball man ka. And I'm a Ghana enquire him because bundu nya ko jibo say na be 9% say ne akoye ko pacho mo fa kanche. I mean it's embarrassing.
Okay.
Cap in hand. It doesn't help. And another thing here 4 years
presidential
term, 4 years,
extension, yeah.
4 years to 5 years. Okay, Odi. My study BBI was a Ghana has you know. Even though 4 years, but me who say 8 years. Me who say 4 years.
Okay.
Because we're 92 under 92 now. President be about a party be about 2. Rollins score 92, 96. Kufoko 2000, 2004. And yeah, exactly
4 years.
4 years. Said even though that is what it's written. That is.
But one by name Mahama 4 years.
Said and a party in the co.
Yes, but the president as a person. 4 years.
No, the party go 8 years, of which Mahama was a part of that party.
Okay.
To the court, he knew it. So if going back, what I'm saying, say 4 years now, I don't think it's a problem because so there now before about being president, you have your plan, your party's manifesto, everything. You hit the ground running, and you have to be honeymoon period.
I would just say the first year for transition in as if for no now ultimate settle year and your honeymoon asem. Year transition we koha say na wait year omu na 1 year. The last year is for elections. Inti no so munya daji en too many and share a year. Your friend is saying amamu ne said also mututu niema. So these are the main key winti I must say. You fanko 5 years.
Kodi na me say president in fact obi say president Mahama say wa be the president da on say that mamu sitie wako aba ohia sa 1 year dey atoto ni nyoma. I mean that's what I'm saying say Ghana practically even though it's 4 years but yen ko 4 years because na me bobo di obi aba wako 8 years enti me hu say because ya hwe na say because maybe one point ko for before can say 4 years on can fanko 5 years later. And those times there were some people who were arguing. I think I sided with them because say oba that's what him the obey ya it could in the could kill the your exams the paper number 2 on him or say me the kind question in the adwin hunti no ye ma me abi come I mean oba onim the oba be it depend on me start writing because president oye campaign onim say senior na be a sports minister, you know already. Only when the base you know. You weigh them and see where each has strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
You come also at least be able to talk about president of Ghana. Now you've seen governance or something about governance before. You understand? And you know visibility. Now I can say we name Shinti or buy no. And yes, our president so that you hit the ground running. That is my view.
Okay.
But for say young 5 years fine. And another thing about that is one way na konyo be sebi. Now ba. Na say sebi. Untwate ti bon koso bia. Na say you are going to endure that person for 10 years.
Yes. Over 5 years, right? So 5 years you
be transfer. 2 years now.
Ghana for need
2 terms now.
Ghana for need you. So untwate wa 4 years on be 5 years on be free.
On say Okaza president Mahama 4 years.
Yes.
But now the party now and 4 years.
Yes. But on no as president I call 4 years.
Party biaba 8 years.
Okay.
And you say 4 years. But in reality no and yet 4 years, even though that's not what is stated in the books, but then call 4 years. And another year we know what say
Parliament Captain of Parliament
Parliament is so called
5 years.
5 years.
But I'm talking about the capping of 300
I killed it.
parliamentarians. 24 of them
from day one. My problem with the number of MPs in Ghana.
Why?
Edoso. Yes, 275 in Edoso.
76 now.
Ghana, I don't know what I say. Ghana, how many?
35 million.
It is too much.
Okay.
To me, it is too much. Obi the pay 3,000 at the parliament MP. It doesn't help. Near Bo Mokasa. It doesn't help. Me and Katem Ghana do say. I say 276 MPs. Fine, it is good somebody say PWD for the because they can better speak for themselves. But okay, and no maybe now. Dawson Ghana population size and land size 275 MPs. No, me who's your Dawson?
Exactly. Let me use the paper so that I wouldn't make mistake. Okay, so when Papa will say, I friend Nana Kwabna in Sia Ababu, Nana Kwabna in Sia Ababu, or Nenka or yet. I have for Kenya say number 2 Mahine. You say Yatunu. Okay. Mami we say your fellow Nana Epia Abuajoa Tenkwama the second. Nana Epia Abuajoa Tenkwama the second. Okay, so these personalities or also so Kenya say number 2. Kenya say number 2 what I have for region. Or no the queen mother and I say or your mind hima and away nana sorry or yana no your hine or 2-4 say to the second. Let me tell you something. 2-4 yana or you 2-4 or your hine your friend or hine. Yes, so or hine or 2-4 or say to the second. All right, so this is the issue. Or 2-4 say to the second. What your man is here? Mama, let me start from here. This woman and a year. I have for Kenya's number 2 Queen Mother. Now, one no at the Aduma Umaso. 80 back and forth, and it can be at 2-4-2 Nana we see. Nana, you didn't do 1937, Mutin 1937. Wachawa Kunyanusu ye pass so 1937, 1947, 1957, 1967, 1977. 1987, 1997, 2007, 2017. These are 60 years. 2027. It's a 1 year. Neka papai. When you are 70 years. Ewo akonyana edibisi yeso. Kenya's number 2. Paramount no. Kakrebunanka. Oh yeah. Tell na obedi hine no. Na Kenya's number 2. Na enye Paramount. So 2-4 Pokuware. In 1984, and now when elevated the Kenya's number 2 Akonyano, Emmanuel Babeye, the paramount status. Okay, so that is that. When you hear to that is 100 and something years. It's then Kofo so Nana Baby what we did and car 7 previous Obuwa da Akonyano so they said the Kofo Ekania Diada. But 2-4 say to the second over the weekend no Ngwadibi what to Nana Ababiu. The DNA Nana Kwabna in Sia Ababiu. What to the free idea so now some way I don't want to go into the issue. Let's go to Maisha Palace. Let's roll some of the photos. Tell two Nana and I said the proceedings ne Ekoso or Maisha Palace no. What happened? Let's see some of the photos in the Maisha Palace. Okay, so these are some of the witnesses. Omo Ekasaye and Tama I hear a mind for be I two Nana. Yes, over we take me back or Hemano. I take me back. Yes, Hemano in the church, you know. Nana Buajoa Tenkoma. The second original honor. So you can see some of my here for what you're imagining. What I see in Tuna Nano and I say a million to know. So let's move on. Yeah, and Kofu Bedia dance any day. Nana Ababu and Sia and a Tehasino. That is that. And the backroom staff any day. So Nana Tama you two new year na ye dinner seminar in you now at Hawaii maintain who you say original. Nipe Bedia dance yes as a so what tenase etwaso koso ye ohene anase because what twaso ekoso ye ohene video dia dance ye ene ade nyina. Yes, so Nana so kasa no obonu kro ne backroom staff ene gina hono no etina na ebonu kro ni owa ahafo Kenya say number 2 on ye ohene nanka oye ohene paramount chief Nana Kwabna Insia Ababiora second. So bring their pictures back, bring 024 and the pictures back. Okay, so that is that. 024 say to the second over the weekend because of number 1, number 2, number 3. 80 no 3.5 minute video. Let's go and watch how Otufuo distilled Nana Insia Ababiu. Let's go and watch it. When I come back, we'll start the journey, the reason why I'm doing this. Let's watch it.
Yo, young Mr. Hero, baby Abedro. No, baby Abedro. Yo, oh, baby Abedro. As long as Abedro. A bar is a quadrate year, a bar is a quadrate year. Yo, it's a quadrate year. As a bar, as a quadrate year, a bar, quadrate year, a bar, quadrate year. Oh, baby Abedro. As long as you want to be Abedro. Yeah, guys, who are here with him. That's it, who are so here. Your papa in a bad man, no, yet then I'll go here with him. So, not bad man, so bad man. As it was so here. A bad man, and where there's a bad man, and was over so here. After there's Wakai, was up with Wakai. Wakai, who's a Wakai? Some are here and to some of them are not but the animal. Or not the I don't know Yakas number 2. I don't know that number 2. You were all your papa any money, the animal and Kenya's mouth. Sister, what's all? So I'm going to can I say it's money mouth every time. Number 2 doesn't Kenya say, Kenya's in an assassin in India. I said number 2 doesn't Kenya's in the way. What does that say? No, I'm not going to be. So let's say, what I'm saying. So you want sorry, man, and I'll call. And I'll call time. And I'll call. Yes, I bet some power. Yet you are over. Why, many? What type of years when they mind me? What the best of 172 years? So, power over brass and room the back. That's what we need to prepare. Who do you want to and now I do about the drill. And we said, no one said to have a drill. Wasn't that also the way I don't do from I went to we let him out. We let him out. I don't know what I'm going to pay you back out to go back and home yet. What I'm going to let him out. So let him out. I don't buy the football or buy the car, but Robert Walker drove so. Why not catch us? I could go about when they just get in. What can you say? I don't know. Obey your biscuit. I know about the background. I come from when they just look at them. We need to master them. I can tell you name of the mates of Mamma, a collard never took a bouille and him teddy. Sister, there's what can I say? Oh, my men, or sister, let us walk. What you go and go to get. Whom was your foot? Whom was your foot? Whom we ain't young. Who be any account, yes, sir? Come over, sir. Yeah, where you are, someone was very away. Yeah, or more into the we are for we are not there. We are for I never my body, I will use what you go want your offering. Sigabana, but no, we want to try. Somebody will never know about the general. I just a minimum. Yeah, no, I make a brother. Yeah, so for us, that's the problem. So we get away. I go out, they want to be in the view. So we're not
all right, wow. Wow. Okay, so and then we are not interested in that, but something has happened and on the so Otufuo said to the second additionally Nana Insia Ababiu Kenya say the former Kenya say number 2 Paramount chief, so means that Kenya say number 2 they don't have a chief and as a paramount chief. So the queen mother will be the caretaker, no container, whoever say or honma or honum I take in charge any idea. So let's focus on O24 say to the second. Let's see O24 say to the second. All right. Now, ya push it here kakramami. Now something as some buy there's question that I was asking myself and I have to share this with you. Remember that Asante was a country. Ne enwa kasa din hoso a country. Segreti war back and forth. Then Kwesi Broni di tuo be na Asante or the bomb or introduce bomb or tutu Asante tutu. They couldn't defeat Asante. They came back with bombs. Asante Rubida and they defeated Asante. Burned Kumasi. They burnt Kumasi seriously. Maybe I don't mention they burnt Kumasi back and forth. Yeah. Okay. Then Kumasi became a colonial. Your friend say under the British rule. Into Britain for everybody. Asante so we had Ashanti and North Western Ashanti. It's a Bulu East ne Ahafunino, Nanina Ebomu one any idea. So 24 was ruling all these places. Then Yomwa Kobana no 24 Prempe the second time near Cheneko Seychelles Island. Wane Nana Oyi Asa was it that just so hine Nana Yasantua. Yes, they said that I will catch me myself. Nana ya santo echo obodo ko Seychelles Island. Blah 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 mo 24 prempe eko kodi so many years. Ewo ho mane kusua de mane be ye cratchy. E no san bae or sure letter de come Kwesi Broni say no I have to go back to my country. Blah 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 and he sad in the bae. It's all bae no nipe kokosom no e do mu na no timi no obo bae 24 prempe the second prempe e bae no normal baku bienu miensabi ho ni ade afi na amanya na hye sinina the paramosis akesia na hye sinina they came back to swear allegiance back to 24 because that time na there was no ohene ewa Ashanti that time Asante agija ohene bia ni Asante mutie ye ohene bia ni Asante eti Asante ne da ho saa e no mo se omu isi hene until say or matter say Prempe the second, Prempe the first, I can create and I say, or who and I say, so, and when you did ba papa and Prempe Esaba, Fedesa Asante. So, Asante, remember that Asante was a country. So, Abrofunu living Asante and almost independent, and the my independence, and the ma Asante. So, Asante became independent. In 1935, we said that Ghana be independent. Your friend say Ghana be independent 1957. Asante su be independent in 1935. Okay, so 1935 no Asante di no hoso any idea on Western Ashanti and Ashanti proper. Nini na kabo nini na your friend Asante Doma Sampa hene the pia they are all Asante one ruler. A mind be but one ruler was a kingdom. Okay. Then we are told that there were a British protectorate na Asante Kahubino. Omo a puanone side ekopim the Eastern region because the Eastern region na Greater Accra Eastern region. Then there were a country called a Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast people want to have independence. That independence almost started so almost struggle on independence. Let's see can Gold Coast papa Sikani Gold Coast papa and almost says so almost population is says so because the Gold Coast neck cut across from Western region Eba to Central region Eba no Babia Volta region and some parts of Northern region any idea that was the Gold Coast but so the people almost started so almost pay independence no we are told that they went to Malaysia Palace and but and say momo momono mudu na bia sika o 70 no because for your person independence mo de momonya mo independence dada but enam say momono momono mudu na bia sika o 70 no your person no mo kabom ye unitary state na say nya independence no a na wo tu for prempe ya bobe interpowers of all chiefs paramount chiefs in the whole Ghana, because Asante was a kingdom already. Now 2-4 and the parish of all the Ashanti paramount chiefs. It's only they say independence now. All from the Gold Coast on Asante Gold Coast and the Boma independence. The Bania Mo 2-4 Ababaye the king. We are practicing the British rule. It will 2-4 be the king. They will have the prime minister, just like you go to Britain. We have the British prime minister and the queen or the king. That is that. Okay, so 2-4 also reasoned with his backroom staff, and I say the council. We say no. When you go to places like Achim, any other Eastern region, Gold Coast, they are part of us. Obu ye for and akwakuduo ekwapem ye yenko for ukoti region. O yenko for ho ye yenko for na akọ any adia. Eti hu benya se ye kabom se ne beya ye no mu na beyepe. That is the reason why they understood and decided say ye kabom ne mbeye sade. But virtually the people that signed that agreement did not win the independence for the Gold Coast and the Ashanti. No. It's a Kwame Nkrumah that came to do that. So Kwame Nkrumah did not like that idea. Listen, Kwame Nkrumah did not like that idea. That is the reason why Kwame Nkrumah say Sadene Emma so obiani no hoso ni ade ye Sadena blah 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 na prime minister and the Benya ceremonial president ni ade and now we hold to now. So if you read the LLM for a book the book or the honor ne papa bafo akotra. The reason behind the LLM to say you best tia santibium free Ghana ho any idea stages ni idea back and forth ni idea. So that is that. It be say I say Asante na aba be kan Gold Coast na ya kabo ya unitary state, one state, and I say one Ghana no. Otofo that so ye king and I saw that so ye king, because the agreement na ye share yes say sa agreement no altimi amaso etotu for that so ye king and I saw on ye king. Let's watch what people through. Now what has happened at Elmensia Palace no it says something. What has happened in the Elmensia Palace eka bibi na me ba be chwa de kra eka. Listen, Otofo say to the second okay, let's start from here. Let's start from the Chieftaincy Act. Let's read the Chieftaincy Act. Be with me. Let's start from the Chieftaincy Act. Okay, so this is the Chieftaincy Act 2008, Act 759, Section 59. Okay, no, not this one. Let's go to the 58 first. Let's read the 58 first, please. Let's read the 58 first. The 58 of the section 50, section 58. Okay, so you break the 58 first. Okay. Now let's read the section 58 first. Okay. Okay, so they are working on it. They will definitely bring the section 50. We need to start from the section 58 that talks about the category of chiefs. The category of chiefs. Let's watch the section 58 first. Okay. So before on this section 58 in the Bible. Okay, so thank you very much. This is the section 58 of our Chieftaincy Act. The reason why I'm doing this is the Chieftaincy Act was enacted in our Parliament. Now, Article 11 of Ghana your laws now. Article 11 talks about the laws of Ghana. The laws of Ghana is the Constitution, the Act of Parliament. No. So Act of Parliament just say a man what Ghana, a man yes what Ghana. Ghana no Article 11. Okay, so this is the Chieftaincy Act. No? The Chieftaincy Act say 58 no categories of chiefs. Or say the following are the categories of chiefs. A. The Asante and Paramount chiefs. B. Divisional chiefs. C. Sub chiefs. D. Edikro and other chiefs recognized by the National House of Chiefs. Okay, so let's start it from Asiene Yanko. Other chiefs recognized by the National House. Okay, so the other chiefs there you can watch them. Se ohnibia tenasia in akan babu no ohnibia tenasia ye wo tidom hene ye wo jase hene ye wo ha bla 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 di na ye obi ohono. Okay, se bia na obi abetena kromu no ye good ye pese esi ne nkoso hene ni si a SSC de no call the National House of Chiefs and your born and Koswahine no and the National House of Chiefs near your gazette near what recognizing no e bia now your hino person born Safwahine bi no ho e se obo sadness so the National House of Chiefs na you recognizing no and so say other chiefs recognized by the National House of Chiefs. Okay, then edikro yaka edikro atesemu ne namu no yaka so bi odikro. Yes, when odikro obi ohine ni ho ekrom ho etibia yenya ohine no ya per substantive person bi on the edikro no for the meantime enti odikro so ho ene okrom no kra almost status no omo reach where they should get a chief because we don't know where they came from ebia na baby omo no enye omo adea enti omo betena ho no ni enya odikro e de amom. Then we have sub-divisional chiefs. The sub-divisional chiefs are sub-divisional chiefs are also there. Say ohine trasia omo betwa no ho ahia no so de bichi your jase hene your krote hene chidom hene and all this thing. They are sub-divisional chiefs and we have divisional chiefs. Divisional chiefs ebine say could be a ukwa santimem ukobia central region uko eastern regional baby to say I don't want to make mistake. I mean, you should Asante region. That's where Betty Menya Iba. I'm a comhine. Nana I'm a comhine. Or yeah, divisional chief. Tafohine a divisional chief because on which so biase. You understand? So divisional chiefs are there, and you know the paramount chiefs. The paramount chiefs are the people at the paramount. She said, Niga, Damanchoy paramount chief. They're not checking a paramount chief. Nana. As our CRJ Rajima, but yes, a paramount chief. Who else? On and on and on and on and on and on. Tobesri, a paramount chief. Obiti say, Nana, a Kwakwata, a paramount chief. Ugama, paramount chief. They are all paramount chiefs. Okay. Nana Mampohine, a paramount chief. Okay. Then Asante. Okay. Listen. This paramount chief now, you can't say no. Divisional chiefs as a paramount chief, I say. And they say, you'll be a man on the batch tree. Assassin na and dia, and then cophobia back home. It's all better now on my best assassin, and now 1 more. It's your crumble pay on my best assassin, and one who will say no. It's only a divisional chiefs, or almost swear allegiance to the paramount chief. So the paramount chief no will be our be as a paramount chief, Nase. Okay, now. In the Chieftaincy Act, like I say, the Asantehene and Paramount Chief. If this is the Paramount Chief, who is Asantehene here? I don't get it. Listen. The act did not say that say Asantehene and other Paramount Chiefs like Enkofobi acquire different law. No. And this one is coming from Parliament. I deliberately went to Parliament to extract what Parliament enacted a Parliament in America. So this is from Parliament, and they are saying that Asantehene and Paramount Chiefs. They did not say Asantehene and other Paramount Chief. If they say Asantehene and other Paramount Chief, mean that Asantehene is a Paramount Chief and other Paramount Chiefs. So if you are the respect to Asantehene, and that is that. Okay. So if Asantehene and Paramount Chiefs are, what is the status of Asantehene? I remember there was a time when President came, a president, Ashanti Regional Minister Kufu Pokumenu appeared before the vetting committee. He was asked who was Asantehene. I said super chief. It is how you could be Papa the Junior. Okay, so if this is a Paramount Chief, what is the status of Nana Asantehene? How do we call Nana Asantehene? Okay, because a Paramount Chief here in Ashanti Kingdom or Ashanti region is under Otufo. So if the Paramount Chief is under Otufo, how do we call Otufo? I don't get it. How do we call Otufo? Okay, now let's see something. Otufo can dethrone or destool a Paramount Chief and install a Paramount Chief. And if Otufo can install a Paramount Chief and destool a Paramount Chief, then who is Otufo? I don't get it. What status any Paramount Chief Otufo? So the act ne cry chieftaincy act. It will be a act will be a chief. No, it is because ye can't chief wasem national house of chief ni sa no ma no mani ne ka wasem but eso too for dibem yentimi nyamra foforo e separate no enfam dabi e se ni diba. So the question is, if Otufo betimi to a paramount chief you didn't see 1937 won ya Shanterojo wa hafo of follow within the jurisdiction of Otufo. Who is Otufo? What status do we give to Otufo? I don't get it. Because in this country, no paramount chief and obetime to the young paramount chief. And in this country, paramount chief will be a paramount chief will be a say. Apart from almost share Otufo. So if paramount chiefs of Jowo ayi Oti region, Jowo East ayi Bono East, Jowo Bono, Jowo Hafu, Jowo Santa region, if Oshotu Fuasia, or only a paramount chiefs, divisional chiefs, sub-divisional chiefs, a dukonina eshanase, that paramount chief over shanase, when a paramount chief, it will do for to be boss paramount chief, no. Or what to be said to paramount chief, and then what is the status of Otufo? Because this paramount chief here come as or no better to the divisional chief, no better to know because or swear allegiance to him. Paramount chief better to the sub-divisional chief, or better to a dicro, and to better to Sanko for ya. This Otufo should be two paramount chief, and then who is Otufo? Now let's move to the 59, the section 59. Okay, so read the section 59 of the National Register of National House of Chiefs. Or say, the National House of Chiefs shall maintain a register to be known as National Register of Chiefs. Listen, what's the National Register of Chiefs? Okay. The National House shall cause to be recorded in the National Register of Chiefs the particulars relating to chieftaincy that it may think fit or as required by the act or any other enactment to be recorded in it. Okay, so you're recording register, National Register of Chiefs. Everybody's name is here. So if that is the case, Otufo's name enter as a register. This is section 59. Otufo National House of Chiefs. It's a National House of Chiefs. Otufo Kaho. Omatrasia, you know Otufo Kaho. One National House of Chiefs. Initially, no account the way back 1970s. Domani, Asantin, Basabasayana, Ma, you know. So Otufo is not part of this. So Otufo Kaho say this provision will say Kasi register Ahifudia. This Otufo Kaho. Then who is Otufo? Article 11 clause 3 or say our customary laws are part of our laws. Our customary law, it is part of our laws. What is the customary? Or say customary law applicable to your community. It is applicable to your community means that all community no customary law piani and okay, so the people of Ashanti or the jurisdiction of Otufo say that yeah no how did yes or your king. That is our customary law. What is your customary law? It's your customary law can also say so. Mr. Mediani a king, no problem. But to form customary law was see. It is a section clause 3 and was see. Our customary laws are part of our laws. It is customarily. I didn't pay any customarily biano. It is part of Ghana laws. So as certain customary say Otufo is a key. That's it. Because now say no 24222 I have for getting near home and be a divisional chiefs, it be a sub chiefs. No two na become between say so 2 for they be a kase or ye kino. It means that am I in now always having previous omudi number ultimate means that they are all co-equal. But 2 for 2 amahine. It means that 7 previous so 2 for bet me 2 man point. Obetimi to asumija hene, obetimi to dwabe hene, obetimi to dwabe koforuja hene, obetimi to ote hene. oti region just kan obetimi atu no obetimi atu konta obetimi atu obi paramount chief bi obetimi a show two for so obetimi atu omo enti sa ahefo no etimi two sub chiefs and divisional chiefs a this so two for so timi two omo then who is so two for eto be the bam no problem eto the bam that's it. Okay. So a Mascon Estate Ghana Limited for RS7 Calf say still I toy assassin. So that is that. All right. Now let's move to Professor J. Nano Pokwajimai. Hey. I said myself because I said I mean what I message or I see the room, you know. I said that you be the first person to give me that message. Okay, so this is your mommy, Father Abraham and a mommy dear what? Yes. Where your mommy Professor J. Nano Pokwajimai. Professor J. Nano Pokwajimai the first vice president of Ghana. Why first if I say first vice chancellor, a female vice chancellor in Ghana, and was say first female running mate at the National Democratic Congress, and were first vice president of Ghana. That is Professor Jenano Pokwajimai. When we day, Najmu do, Openipa, or Donipa. Odaboko one party atia one peno ho one chirano ho where you affable or you approachable the nyam. So that is that. This is Professor J. Nano Pokwajimai. You see, this woman can become the first female president of this country. Obetima be the first female president of Ghana. Okay, let's start rolling. The picture we say FPA and your common sir. Do you have any picture, another picture of wow, yes, this is a beautiful one. Yeah, mom, what's up? Wow, okay, wait a minute, that's mommy. What? God damn it. Imagine that your boy, Her Excellency Professor J. Nano Pokwajimai. Because Ghana, you have two professors, no media, so Buzia and Professor Mills, so you have another year. But you see, what is going on is this woman is okuta lack bikutano because she said the first time that a female vice chancellor or Cape Coast University, okay, so was this woman. First time that National Democratic Congress a female running mate twice this woman. First time Ghana a vice president this woman. So I share this woman, it could be, and I say that you know, bet me be the first female president of this country. Okay, so that is that. Now, Professor Nano Pokwajimai is the current vice president. Always in the boot, our person be the president of this country. 2025, you know, will be ourselves person president. But in conform your post, we say no. Mami will say and a lady, especially the global info analytics, led by this lead researcher Musa Dankwa. The Musa Dankwa made us to understand that Professor Nano Pokwajimai was leading NDC race until the woman got sick. Eti maamene yare no, wasan bae no. Na Ghana for ni bi fi say oh dia to atamils ni nti no mami bia ne age ni nti yema ne kwatena se kakra ne ade eti eno no reverse the progress to become the president or lead National Democratic Congress in 2028 any ade. So the woman has started picking the pieces are reorganizing, on which I know that definitely this woman will contest the NDC flag bearer. I'm saying that, I'm not saying me shemo cannot. I'm say definitely a beer a yet they are or be contested. I say very say I contested for the flag bearer. Okay, so I'm a Pratt. I think I have done this one before. I'm a Pratt. Our the spokesperson at the man Professor Nano Pokwajimai once said our Metro TV that Professor Nano Pokwajimai is ready for the presidency, or so I say Ghana is ready for female presidency. Let's see that infographic quickly. Okay, so this is what Amma Pratt said. Amma Pratt and the press secretary and the spokesperson to the vice president. Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman for president? That's the question. I say Ghana is ready for a first female president. So this one coming from my brother Kwame Owusu-Danso's wife, Abba Pratt. Abba Pratt is a daughter Edema Urakwasi Pratt. Okay, so Abba Pratt and an air cancer we see. So may actually see BBC said then the woman is still raising her boot to contest again. Okay, so Haruna Iddrisu, who is education minister, for 40% or also person a flag bearer says something. I have done this one also before. We keep doing it, not repeating myself, because we have to keep doing it as to set a precedent. So let's see what Haruna Iddrisu also said recently. Please, let's see Haruna Iddrisu quickly. Okay, so this is Haruna Iddrisu. I say I have confidence that VIP Vice President Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman can lead Ghana as president if presented as candidate for 2028. That time 7 previous and I don't want to do Manakwaba. So they wanted to re-energize the Nana Opoku-Agyeman the bid to become the flag bearer at the National Democratic Congress. How did I do say this? Because people think that if Nana Opoku-Agyeman becomes the flag bearer, definitely you will get the running mates. Because on an ambition to become a president or an ambition to become a flag bearer for National Democratic Congress, a shaky kakra because of President Mahama. President Mahama is from Northern Region. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is from Northern Region. So the question people are asking is, would the National Democratic Congress give the North again to a Northerner? So if you are consider some normal way saying, I remember there were some pastors in this country. They dealt against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because he was a Muslim. Some of them stood on their pulpit and they said that Bawumia is a Muslim. That's the reason why they fought against him. And so if said the same people, so because how do I do then there will be a hypocrite. There will be a hypocrite. So FBI, how do I also consider all these things and officer no? Then let's start, trumpeting the gospel of our mother Nana Opoku-Agyeman. So if Nana becomes a flag bearer, definitely I can be considered as a running mate. Okay, so people have started pushing something on Facebook and all that. Let's watch it. What we saw on Facebook over the years. Let's see some of the flyers of Nana Opoku-Agyeman ready for the presidency. Okay, so you go to the social media and every month to Biano, every month the first or 2 weeks they start flooding this one on the social media. I say the time is now. Next to lead Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Ghana's first female VIP. Experience, integrity, leadership, the future of Ghana is here. So that is that. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman is raising her boot. But there's something that bothers me a lot, which I want to take you to Supreme Court and seek for interpretation. Now I will share with you. Okay, let's start the journey quickly. Let's see the script of President of Ghana. Let's see the President of Ghana. Okay, so this is the script of President of Ghana. You see, so when we do constitution bia if they use the word person means that the citizens and non-citizens, because the constitution ecoverable. It will necessarily free the ocean constitution I say sana we citizens so constitution I say, but normally the constitution use a person till you or a person we're generalizing because we have two kinds of persons. You have female and the male, and I say you're a woman and a man. You're he and she. He and she. That is how it is. So the Article 62 talks about the qualifications of presidents. Now, lawyer Akwesi yes, maybe kind of unique as a lawyer Akwesi one Ken Kwanche, chief editor Edema Daily the Searchlight at the Supreme Court separately Obram now the Supreme Court said they are seeking interpretation of Article 66. Our person Moshe say President Mahama obetimi akobiem and also to me kobiem. They want to know say consecutively no a ye ka ho asem no e betimi a favor President Mahama and I say in favor President Mahama. So they are in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is here to sit on the matter and all that. And another one that Dr. Amwakunyama together with Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo and Professor from Paul Boas and the call Supreme Court. So Kusiki said Supreme Court to help the delegate system and the Twaba EDE leaders. Flag bearer and of course a parliamentary candidate in the Supreme Court really over the weekend you can I'm a Supreme Court the say a delegate system at the floor say interpretation it will be a corporate interpretation any idea and comfort clarification any idea it be pesemeko now the culture the pesemeko you perceive a clear Professor J Nano Pokwajiban. Okay, so this is Article 62 qualification of a president, or say a person shall not be qualified for election as the president of Ghana unless or say nipa bia wuntimi qualified to be a president till you said he is a citizen of Ghana by birth. He has attained the age of 40 years and above. Okay, can we go on? He is a person who is otherwise qualified to be elected as a member of parliament, except that disqualification set out in the paragraph C, D, and E of clause 2 of Article 94 of this constitution shall not be removed in respect of any such person by a presidential pardon or by the lapse of time as provided for in clause 5 of that article. Okay, so let me start from here. Opeso president there a normal a bit me qualify o e be say say we obi a ubetimi obi a ubetimi agina parliamentary seat or qualified to be a parliamentarian. Na gise who say nipa no e bia na tabo bi da so na sa de da so no ya ma presidential pardon and no betimi o qualify any no I don't have this article. I did not bring it. 94 we cannot I have the 94 but meet me pharmacies here because of the time factor. But listen to me, the constitution use he is a person who is otherwise, underline the word he. Then let's start afresh with the first one. Let's go back. Okay, so Article 62 qualification to be a president. A person shall not be qualified for election as president of Ghana unless he is a citizen of Ghana by birth. Shall we a Ghana near your Ghana? Okay, so see he is. He did not say that person, or see he. DB, he has attained the age of 40 years and above. As a someone 40 years and the echo and I bet Medina as a president of Ghana. But he did not say that person should be that, because the framers of the constitution they are grammarians. They have so many ways some bet me ayamana cut it across. Abaka say he or she and I say ebia you use a word that will qualify the two or categorize the two or juxtapose the two I refer to two people, but this one say he. The constitution kept saying he means Bema, he. So if Nano Pokwajba becomes a flag bearer and I say Obabeye president, does it mean that we need interpretation of this he what's the constitution referring to? Say so he is a citizen of Ghana by birth. He has attained the age of 40 years and above. He onka say he or she obetimi aka say yadi eyidatwa stroke yani he or she is a citizen of Ghana by birth. He has attained the age of 40 years and above. One, a person jahoma nipa two, but a senka yedu asenu that person should, and I said person is a citizen of Ghana, because we have seen a lot of constitutional provisions a person they will move. So the question is, why did the constitution, the framers of the constitution use he alone here? He is a citizen of Ghana. He has attained the age of 40 years and above. So the question is, constitution is your man. Mentiase. If people can help me, Mentiase. I say, yeah, come by the now, be out doing a massage. So it is recently a day before yesterday. Now this occurred to me. Say, so the constitution, why the constitution? I didn't think one year. We are all ignorant. We are all ignorant. We are all ignorant. Display your ignorance. So we need to go to the Supreme Court to seek for interpretation. Because let me tell you something. Until Supreme Court backers and every single soul in this country are naive and ignorant of the Constitution. Until the Supreme Court backers and it is the Supreme Court backers final. They give us an interpretation of this. So if the Constitution is saying that the Constitution is saying that he is a citizen of Ghana by birth, he has attained the age of 40 years and above. What would be the state or the fate of Nana Opoku-Agyeman? If Nana Opoku-Agyeman cast Opesojina, we need to clear Nana Opoku-Agyeman on this. We need legalists. We still have to go to Supreme Court for them to let us know. Say he no refer to when. Is the he stand for? Does the he stand for? Obane Bema. And I said Berman Kwa. I don't get it.
92.9 FM.
That is that. All right. Yeah, now. Mienito. You near Bema. Honorable Yakubu Mohammed. For South East. For South East member of Parliament. So that is that. No Opoku-Agyeman there. We need answer. A member of Parliament I have for South East constituency na papa no ho abasem kakra na waya dibia ma me ho adwiri waya de papa de ba de na waye papa yi ena nkora bia excursion e Parliament omo Parliament no nkora no mo ho face small guest nya de ena a member of Parliament wo tu nkora no fo no show mu nkran se dachi bi musum betimi aba Parliament na me kwa na misua no na me so say ya na me ba Parliament na me be hwe parliamentarians obo proceedings any adia me ba hwe obo proceedings any adia eti dachi bi no musum betimi aba be yese ye na musum aba parliamentary, but he says something let's go down listen to and no catch fire and the people are lambasting, blasting him and all that center left and right. Let's watch this video.
I'm an MP in Ashanti region. I just want to encourage you all. I used to come here when I was schooling. I would see the MPs. I would be happy for them. I had a dream, and today, standing here as an MP is one of the dreams that we've worked for. Like he said, in fact, what's your name? Okay, you're very beautiful. When you grow up, I'll marry you. It's she's my wife. She in future she will also be an MP, and all of you as well will be somebody in future. I wish you the best. I'm an MP in Ashanti region. I just want to encourage you.
Oh my goodness! What I was saying, you are very beautiful. When you grow up, I'll marry you. She's my wife. Okay, she's my wife. Okay, let's watch the video again. Popular request. Let's watch the video again. Watch the video again.
As an MP, I'm an MP in Ashanti region. I just want to encourage you all. I used to come here when I was schooling. I would see the MPs. I would be happy for them. I had a dream, and today, standing here as an MP is one of the dreams that we've worked for. Like he said, in fact, what's your name? Okay, you're very beautiful. When you grow up, I'll marry you. It's she's my wife.
Okay. I'll say when you grow up, I'll marry you.
She will also be
my wife. All right.
And all of you.
Honorable Yakubu. Mohammed. Honorable Yakubu Mohammed and A2 and Kranafo and Okaka Assassin. Now, when you grow up, I'll marry you. You won't dear Bonnie be a womb because you take a cancer and seminal. Ebia Kunwa Korean up a so compliment to a crown of a pa, obey the Mawari no. Well, no, Mawana, yet they are not too sweater. But you see, I dear ma, wait, you're not quite for you. Ama and Confo, I said Confo, China Boss, and I said one. Baby Ojina Casa, and then you cross or Casa. That is what Baby Ojina Casa, Parliament in Diagro, yes, I know, and no one here worry. Parliament, your Kwajawari, your Kwajuni Ghana, Tim Kora, Pesa yet some, our best one here Parliament, the young Norma and Obaba. It's a Parliament, Yanke Casa, and see if you that's fine. That is 1. 2. This man is also a Muslim. Who say, you know, for which he are not to a crack to us, say, no one need to warn the man at the tender age, near Tetanus, I know about any year. So, coming from that background, and then I'm confused, say, and you beer 7 previous when you are Kolobi, and our crowd at the abati, please, watch us our honorable member. Honorable Abepacho, who call the Facebooker, what they are that to Facebook, let's read it near Kosisia. Honorable Apacho, who call the Facebook or the actual power to the Facebook. Let's read what Honorable Yakubu Diabaro on the Facebook. Okay, so I say Office of the Parliament of Office of a Member of Parliament, Honorable Yakubu Mohammed for MP for Ahafuano South East Constituency. We are 31st July 2026. Or say unqualified apology to the general public. We end anywhere and release here. Or say my attention has been drawn to a video circulating on social media concerning comments I made during a visit by pupils of the City School in the Sagnugu constituency to Parliament House last week. During the interaction, I described one of the basic school pupils as beautiful and stated that I will marry her when she grows up. I wish to clarify that the comment was made in context of the long-standing playful cultural relationship between the Mosi and Dagomba ethnic groups. As a Mosi addressing members of the Dagomba community, my statement arose from the friendly and playful exchanges that have historically characterized the relationship between our two groups. The comment was not intended to cause harm, disrespect, embarrassment, or discomfort to the people, her family, the school authorities, the Dagomba community, or the general public. However, I fully acknowledge that irrespective of my intention or the traditional context in which the statement was made, the comment was inappropriate because it involved doubt. I sincerely regret my choice of words and render my unreserved and unqualified apology to the relevant authorities, the school authorities, the people, her parents and family and general public. As a member of parliament, I recognize the responsibility attached to my words and public conduct. I remain firmly committed to protecting and respecting the dignity, welfare and rights of every child. I once again offer my sincere and unqualified apology. Yours faithful, Honorable Yakubu Mohammed, MBA, member of parliament. Titi opeso che say no diagro o mosini Dagomba for mu akora bia sade ne na o motake kan as a compliment to the sanoma no na culture na okoye no parliament but who say entwa yi etu apacho yes mo manenda man why na akosia menu kozi on a NPP communication team and spokesperson for policy committee on gender. Let's see akosia menu kozi. Akosia Menu has also written something. This is Akosia Menu. Kozi is the NPP communication team member and what spokesperson for policy committee on gender. And Akosia Menu, that is Kozi for you. So Kozi has also written something. Let's read what Kozi said. Okay, Akosia Menu, today I submitted this petition to the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. This is not about politics or personality. It is about the standards we expect from those entrusted with the public office and the responsibility we all share to protect our children. Every child who walks through the doors of Parliament should leave feeling inspired, respected and safe. I have every confidence that a speaker will give this petition and the consideration it deserves in the interest of Parliament and the Ghanaian people, especially its dear children. So, Akosia Menu and we say about it to petition the Speaker of Parliament. Let's watch the petition. So, we petition the Speaker of Parliament to say, Honorable Yakubu, SSC Yakina. So, this one coming from Kozi, Akosia Menu. It's a branding crabia and a betche. Sebea Juma, Sebekina, so a patcho, Ninano, a branding crabia and a betche. Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, quite on, but I have to do this birthday before I go. Dear